Yeah, baby, more to music. I don't know. If you don't like the Foo Fighters, then I don't like you. Well, it's a Tuesday morning. I did make a video for Monday morning, but, you know, sometimes electronics don't necessarily work the way you want them to, and you run out of memory. That's what I did. So here we are. My weekend was fantastic, as I'm sure yours was also. At least I hope so. My weekend concluded with a first time for me. Bucket list. I worked a beer tent at the Tri-5 car show in Clarence. I guess it was their last one. It was the 40th one. You know, those of you who know about the Tri-5 probably heard it was the last one. And, you know, whatever. But it kind of sucks. It was a big one. But I got to volunteer for the beer tent. And what a experience that was. It really turns you on to what you look like at a beer tent. When you're behind that table and you're serving beer, I'll tell you, it's a whole new world. You get to look out over things. It's like standing on top of the mountain and looking out all over the world and seeing all the people and all the places and all the crazy stuff people do. And you just sit there and go, phew. But yeah, I did that, and it was nuts. And it was funny because the two things that stuck out in my head were, one, this guy kept coming up behind the beer table and filling up his own cups with beer. And nobody was saying anything about it, and I kind of thought it was strange. How's this guy coming up behind here and doing this and no one's saying nothing? Do they know this guy or whatever? Is he working here and he doesn't have a shirt on? Which are all possible, but the thing that gets me is he was wearing one sneaker and one flip-flop. Usually people who volunteer and work for organizations and stuff like that don't walk around with one flip-flop and one sneaker on. And he didn't care. It was like nothing different. And he just smiled and giggled at everybody while he was standing behind that table filling up his beer. So there was that. And then the last half hour of the beer tent, when everybody goes, oh shit, they're gonna stop serving beer. People stand at that table with their cups and their pitchers and just chug a lug like this. Fill it up, bud. Another one. I was like, Jesus, do you realize they sell beer at stores, and you can go to bars and there's a chance you could have some in your fridge at home. It's not the last shit on earth. Holy crapola, man. It was crazy. And it's a car show. So what are you going to do after you're done? People. It just happens. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do when you're charging $2 for a wristband and it's all you can drink? Yes, you heard me right. You go up to the table and you buy a wristband. They put it on your wrist. You give them 2 $1 bills. And you drink until you cannot drink a drop anymore. Till you fall down. There was a gentleman that passed out. Now, I don't know if that gentleman was drunk or not. There was a cup of beer laying by him. He had one of those safari hats. He was wearing a Hawaiian shirt, the sandals, and he was laying on the ground. It was warm, yes. It was. Enough to pass out from the heat alone? Nah, I don't think so. Enough to pass out from the heat and 16 gallons of beer? Maybe. So, bucket list. You have one less thing on there. So, I want you to enjoy your day. I want you to remember your multiplication and your subtraction, and I want you to read aloud to yourself today. Okay, I'll check back.